Hello, good morning,
The voice called to her.
afternoon, or evening, I guess, wherever you are in the world.
He needs to be cut off from...
Probably morning. I've seen my analytics. There's at least 80% chance you're in the same time zone right now. So good morning. This isn't necessarily, I've just realized I have a typo in my stream title. That's not very professional. This isn't necessarily going to be an Isaac stream. It's just starting off as one. We're once again, yet still, in our practically brand new save, which means just last time I think we finally unlocked the ability to go beyond Mom's heart, travel up and down. We still don't have a lot of Polaroids and whatnot, but you know, we're unlocking stuff. Stuff is happening. Let's start me off with an Azazel run. That's a good way to start a morning. Azazel is nice and easy first thing in the morning. Oh yeah. So today, I don't know if you're gonna be... Ooh, sure. I don't know if you're gonna be watching this the same day, or you know, maybe 365 days from now. But today is 4/20. It's April 20th. I should be popping this whenever I can, right? It's going to guarantee a yeah, it's going to guarantee a horseman. But honestly, I feel like a horseman is not that bad if you have brimstone. So today is 4/20. Now, you know, it's not like I typically partake, but you know, when it's the occasion, I feel like you must, right? You gotta partake, you gotta have a... But I'm actually so worried. I have such a bad recent track record with weed. I've tried getting high a few times recently. A few times, I mean, like, within the past half a year. Like twice. I told you I don't really partake. But I've tried it. God knows I've tried it. And I don't know if I just have like a massive tolerance to it or something. First time around that like I got really kind of snubbed was we went to the San Diego SeaWorld Halloween event where they kind of turned the parts of the park that don't have animals in it into a sort of haunted house thing. They've got like actors running around trying to spook you. They've got haunted houses, etc. And typically I would be way terrified of haunted houses, but we had this one girl in the group that was so scared it kind of made everything fine by comparison. She would jump at literally anything, so it just kind of made the experience fun for the rest of us cowards. It really worked out. Better angel rune chance, why not? Don't mind if I do. Maybe this is going to be an angel run. Kind of run. It's not like we can really get keys or anything unless we get like dad's key, something like that. We can't really open Satan's door, and we don't even have the like positive or the like the Polaroid or the negative. We don't really have anything like that going on. Oh, I think that's kind of fun and funky with brimstone, isn't it? Let's give it. Let's see. Let's give it a try. Kind of. Ouch. It does just create a bunch of little tears. I thought it would create brimstone. But hey, you know, I kind of dig it. These kind of fun little, like, wacky effects. Lock up. Oh, I thought it would have replaced the boss with a horseman. No. You a horseman? You've been lying to me? Freaking haunt. You've been lying to me? What? Alright. Let's see what's in, let's see what's in the devil deal. Oh, that's actually... That could be good to have. Damn, I'm gonna take it. For the unlocks, I'm gonna take it. I was gonna make myself a hot chocolate to start the day. We're out of milk in this household. This is truly like big milk sports nightmare. We don't got milk. Okay. No, I'll keep the Fool just in case. I've been known to act a little foolish every now and then, I guess. We can check it out. That's what the yeah, that's what the Fool is for, isn't it? 1 coin. Incredible. I'll take the card now. I'll be taking that now. Thank you very much. So we went to SeaWorld. I took, I think it was 10 milligrams at home before going, and then another 10 in the park. And this other guy we were with, who by the way has like at least half a foot on me. He's like a tall, you know, lot more body mass to soak up all of the weed molecules. I'm a microbiologist. I should know how to put it better than this, but you know what I mean. He was absolutely zooted. He wasn't really feeling it after the first one. After the second one, he was in line for a haunted house, looking at the moon, going like, bro, the moon's like so cool. And I was right next to him, looking up at him like, man. I felt so snubbed. I was so pissed off, honestly. Oh, they lined up all nice for me. Just you? Wow, yeah, just you left. Crazy. Take this. We don't have the book anymore. Oh. Okay. So that means we will have to go down, right? To really, oh. Very nice. To really accomplish anything? Because if we're digging, like, even further down. Yeah, the fire will die on contact with this rock. Oh. I thought it would anyway. Damage up. Don't mind if I do. And the second to last time was like, I don't know, a week ago. Went to see Kung Fu Panda 4, which, by the way, okay. Not as bad as like the reviews make it out to be. I feel like, okay, like hot takes. Kung Fu Panda 4. It's not a bad movie, but it's not the movie it pretends to be. Like, it pretends to be a movie about like finding a successor, etc. It's trying to do the Cars 3 thing, you know? Which, by the way, Cars 3 also didn't do it that well, if you ask me. Hang on. Is there any merit in having this? For finding the Bible, maybe. But I'm not gonna be using the Bible because I have the full shovel. So true. Okay, both Cars 3 and Kung Fu Panda 4 simply spend like 0 time setting up this sort of mentor-mentee dynamic. It's just at the end of it, that, you know, in the big fight, big race, big moment of truth, they're like, oh my god, you do it, it was you all along, you know? But it's like, it hasn't even been subtly happening in the background, which I think, you know, in Cars 3 it kind of did, but, you know, almost too subtly. In Kung Fu Panda 4, it's just straight up not been happening at all. And then suddenly they're like, they're like shoving it down our road. Oh, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. I should probably be using the shovel, but I'm so worried about not having it when I need it. But this is like, okay, to be fair, we're still like a few floors out from that. I will use it. Because if we get like a crawl space, that's money. Crawl space is money. But on the whole, you know, Kung Fu Panda 4 is it's a fun movie. It's not this sort of like more mature cartoon movie that it pretends to be. But it's a fun movie. Definitely not as bad as the reviews make me think it would be. Oh, this actually sucks. Yeah, this, if you don't have tears, that'll knock it back. This enemy freaking sucks. Yep, like that. More damage. They don't come from my eye anyway. Head ass. Yeah, we didn't have hot chocolate or, well, milk for it. But, you know, I did get myself like a cute little lemonade. You know, I'm still a winner. I'm still winning. Nope. Nope, I am not. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, Contagion, my beloved. Balls of Steel. We have some blessed pills this run. Health up, Balls of Steel. Can you have only good pills? Is this a thing? And the poison just takes care of them all. It's so beautiful. Well, I used my last key on it, but worth? Oh, crawl space. Okay, okay. Black market crawl space. I would rather this. Does this do anything with brimstone? Wants 2 red hearts. Well, it's better than nothing. Spider baby. Ill. No active item. 2 items in treasure rooms. It's whatever. We're not gonna have very many more treasure. Oh, keep her head though. There we go. There we go. This is actually kind of shaping up to be a thing. Yeah, Buddy in a Box is pretty good. I'll take that. I will take that. Okay. Didn't have hot chocolate, but I did get myself a lemonade. I don't know if I finished that thought. Isaac honestly makes me kind of scatterbrained. I can play and maintain a train of thought, but like only so barely that maybe it doesn't count. Maybe it's actually kind of counterproductive to the narrative. You know what I mean? Okay, so the head of the keeper is kind of working. Oh, I have no keys, and I must scream. Might be a key in there. If it comes to... You wanna... What? If I blow you up, you gonna give me a key? No. Bomb's your key? Range up. But honestly, only good pills this run. That's pretty good. Secret room? Yeah. Oh, you? Brother. Brother. Okay, and confirm the snot thing does work. So we are in business. And a key. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Is there a chance we make it to boss rush? I don't think we need to actually do boss rush with you. Oh Jesus. But you know, if we make it, grab an item and just create a little gate out. Okay, devil deal. It's all very good items. Mom's Knife and Brimstone has like a reaction now, doesn't it? Please tell me it does. I mean, you've gotta. It's the culture. You see Mom's Knife, you take it. It literally, it did nothing. I mean, Mom's Knife is still probably better, but that actually kind of sucked. Damn. Okay, well, we learned our lesson. Should have taken the frickin' fly baby. But I couldn't take both, you understand. Pretty darn terrible. Okay. But Soul Heart though? No. Wow. If it comes to it, I can go around and try and pilfer Soul Hearts out of this room though. So we've got that at least. We've got that going for us. Oh, okay. Back on the I've been rewatching Phineas and Ferb saga. Disney Plus apparently absolutely fucked up Phineas and Ferb. Like, by that I mean it's on there, but it is so chaotic. It is so wrong. I don't want either of these, so I'm just gonna donate actually. Please, please. Okay, there we go. Ah. Okay. Vision spawns a blue spider in a hostel room. I don't know if that's better, is the thing. But am I even getting any benefit out of having this not one now? I don't think I am. And probably not even out of the like splitting Here's damn. The Mom's Knife actually kind of screwed me over, maybe. Thought I was gonna have keys. Spider enemies. Okay. I'm going on a very, very spider-centric build right now. Are you not spider enemies? Did you not get the memo? Okay. Yes. Very nice. Okay. And a golden. Oh, so on time for so on time. 4 boss rush. Something good, please? 0.3 damage. 0.3 speed. Damage. Oh, there's even the corner ones too. Gimpy, very good. Spelunker hat. Lodestone. Lodestone, I don't really care for. Bounce off enemies and Austin. Gimpy is tier 2. So this is better? Okay. 0, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. Lodestone, apparently? Really? Nearby pickups, projectiles, and enemies. Yeah, but my issue is Mom's Knife is always out there. Actually, do I need to do? No, I have done boss rush. Isaac steers, bounce off enemies. I'm gonna take Gimpy and then I'm gonna get out. Bro, please. Oh my god, please. I regret it. I regret it all. Yep. Yep, I did that shit. That's right, I did it. That's right, I did it. Who do you think you are? I am. Bro, the room's too big for just one enemy. Okay. What? Okay. Okay, nice. Very useful. Oh, and the boss right here. Okay. Maybe this is gonna be a hush run, actually. Could be. Oh, right. I can only hit you on the ass, right? Oh, wow. Yeah. HP up. Krampus. Don't mind if I do. Okay. Lump of coal. Lump of coal. Let's go. Okay, this is actually turning out to be an okay run. God, lump of coal, my beloved. No, I don't want more champion enemies, I'm sorry to say. I'd rather have blue spiders sometimes. But okay. Oh, I didn't realize there was a red poop in the middle. Curse of darkness. Curse you. Dark the platypus. No, I'm not. That's not a joke. That's not anything. I'm gonna shut up now. Wow, I missed everything on that diagonal, huh? Crazy. Okay, let's go. Keep this moving. Okay, whoa, almost. Okay. Okay. Okay, so it is actually spawning spiders sometimes. I really was worried it might not be. And this. Okay, actually we're doing okay for health, all things considered. Oh, I'm so worried. Oh, you don't actually target me, right? You spider enemies. Do I need to kill you though? It's not like a lot of guys. Fine, whatever. Getting a bunch of coins for it. I won't say no. Getting a bunch of coins for it. Okay. This is beautiful. No tinted rock. No, I gotta do a second pass because I can't see anything. Okay. Pills don't fail me now. Wait, that looked entirely different. It was a health up. Nice. Sure. Oh, please, bro. Mom's knife, so good. And we go, honestly, we go to Hush. We go to Hush. Because Hush is just a detour, and then we can continue on our run. Actually, can we go to Delirium straight from this? Will it open? I have no keys. Oh, that's great. Okay, well. Well, we go straight to Hush. Jesus, okay. I didn't think this through very much, but you know what, it's fine. I should have taken the magician card that was out there at some point. Oh, okay, Gimpy, don't fail me now. Will you stay put? I swear it's easier to fight Hush than like this dude. Yeah, Hush at least stays put, you know? Okay. My ass is dodging, I swear. Okay. Oh, we have. Wait, no, what? Why is that? Why are there some tears sticking to you? We don't have the thing. Oh, that's the. I wish, man, if only you spawned freaking spiders, that'd be pretty sweet. But okay, it's whatever, I guess. Oh, we're already almost halfway through with you. Crazy. Mom's knife is so good. Oh, I was gonna say no damage Hush. No, yes, damage Hush. Oh, hello. It's okay, you died immediately. You died. You died to me. Now, if only Mom's knife wasn't so, like, single target, you know? If only Mom's knife had a bit more, Okay, well, that worked. That kinda did it. Okay, what's the... Here? Here's the spot? No. Oh, is my familiar shooting magnetized tears? Bro, give me my freaking soul heart. Okay, somewhere around here, right? Or did they change this shit? No, there's supposed to be a safe spot. This doesn't feel like it. This feels more like it. Okay, I'm gonna die. I've decided I'm gonna die. Fuck, man. I died so fast. I had him, bro. Give me another. Curse of Darkness. Go suck an egg, man. I honestly, Curse of Darkness is one of my least favorite by far. The other ones, you know. Okay, wow. I've just my mental is shot now. But I feel like every other curse, aside from maybe like Curse of the Lost, where they're not seeing a map, but even then, you've got, you know, you just use the maze clearing strategy. You pick a wall and you hug it, and you're gonna get through the level eventually. Curse of Darkness is just so in your face. It's so pervasive. It's so everywhere. Sucks so much. But hey. this might be it's a test run. You know, it's a we're trying something out run, and what we're trying out is being bad. I'm not even I was gonna say I'm not even tilted, but you can tell I've got a slight. I'm not tilted, but I am decanted. You know. Oh. Gotta fetch them all. They changed it? Did they have to legally? Is gotta catch them all like a trademarked thing? Well, I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I'm all out of enemies to catch. So we take it as it comes. Oh. Okay, as long as I have these rocks to go back to, though, I'm immortal. Do you even move? Can you even move, actually? Oh, they weren't kidding about that. High Priestess, I don't have you. Amnesia, well, at this point, that's kind of whatever, isn't it? Okay, sure. Lemonade's so good. Lemonade is so tasty. I think we're gonna finish up this run, and then we might hit up some more Dwarf Fortress. That's what I was doing last weekend. I had a lot of fun with it. Well, I don't know what I was expecting, but it's good. I need to sneeze so bad. Ugh. Oh. Is no one in chat? If no one's in chat, I'm restarting this one, man. Planetarium. That's so true. This is okay. This is like my new save, quote unquote. Oh. It's my new save, like it's, you know, it's my repentance save, meaning I started it fresh pretty much with repentance. And I've got Planetarium unlocked on it. I don't have Planetarium unlocked on any of my other saves, which is wild. I just, like, second run ever, I got 3 Zodiac items. Makes Isaac dash. So. Oh, it takes a while to recharge? That's pretty good, though. I feel like that's new. Planetarium, baby. Whoa. Stay away. Okay, yeah. I can see how that works. Yeah. That's pretty nice. I bet they've made a challenge now that's all like you can only do this. Like Lazarus, Rags, Mars, and frickin' go. And maybe what's that one where after a while being in a room. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Get on. Supper. That's a new sequence. That's a new dream. Well, I for one bro, we're popping off with the planetarium. And you know what the best part is, actually? Nice. Heat up. Or stay permanently open. Well, that doesn't mean I'm not bad. So I double tapped, bro. Okay. And Pisces. Oh my god. We're going like crazy zodiac today. What happens if you get all of them in one go? Because I'm looking like it. Eraser is pretty freaking good, actually. Most doors staying permanently open, actually, is going to be huge for, like, with a womb. Brimstone and knockback is... Well, it's a combination, that's for sure. Damn, he's so good with it. I have no red hearts. If I take this, I have no red hearts. So this is going to be, I think, an angel run. Alright. Angel deals run. Hang on just a second. Okay. Oh, I do have the Fool. Now, of course, I would have ideally done it with 2 keys to my name. I'm gonna keep this one around for, well, planetariums or whatever's. Oh, that wasn't enough to kill you. Well, you know what? I don't need to hang out here. I can just leave. Yeah, Brimstone and knockback is a little wonky, isn't it? I just freaking dashed through. Excuse me, passing through. Okay, I need to kind of time how this ends, don't I? Sure. I'm gonna go back to the library. Oh, you're fine. No, you're not fine. You suck. Okay. Bookworm. And honestly, give me Book of Revelations. I never should have... Oh, you again. Right, so true. You can tell I have like a pattern of clearing rooms. The way I keep walking into the same damn one. Well, this is honestly very good for speed, though. Or efficiency. This is the ultimate speedrun item. Just keep going. Who cares? Now, of course, maybe I should be clearing rooms. It's just the knockback and Brimstone suck together. But, you know, if I can, while I can, I will be actually clearing rooms the way I'm meant to. Now, my one problem with this, like, dashing one is that I do a lot of, like, these little, like, corrections when I'm moving around. Because I'm moving on, I'm using a keyboard. That's a good bit of damage, all things considered. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, what now? God, the knockback, man. I should not have taken it, making my life much more complicated. Now this plus like an item like, I don't know, 4.5 bolt or whatever it is that makes you gain charge by damaging enemies. It's sort of infinite battery hacks, right? Oh, you bounce off the freaking walls, man. Okay. No. Thank you. Pickups and trinkets. Sure. Wow. Coin into a coin. New pill. Full health. Completely useless, but thank you. Okay. It's actually kind of funny how hard you bonk into the walls. So, actually, yesterday? Okay. So yesterday, right, I was done with work early, as is kind of tradition on Fridays, to be fair. Because, you know, a lot of the experiments we run in the lab are sort of long-term experiments, and on a Friday you simply don't have... Well, you can't be putting together a big experiment because you just don't have the time coming up. You know, you don't have... You can't be checking into it the next day or the day after. So typically Friday is just upkeep on experiments that are already running. And that's pretty much it. Sure. So I was done a little early, so I headed home a little early. And then, like, pretty much as soon as I get home, my boss texts me like, hey, can you go into our, like, storage and check how much we have of this? We're gonna need next week, and I'd like to know. And, you know, that's of course, that is, like, reasonable for him to ask, but also, goddamn, you know? If he'd asked me, I live... To be fair, I do live kind of close to where I work, so actually it was not so bad. I just needed to take a slight detour. Just when we were heading back into town to grab like a pizza or something, I just dropped in and checked it out. What the fuck was that rune effect? Oh, answer. Are you the bloat? Or are you just... I don't think you're the bloat. You don't look all like... all rotten. Okay. Angel. Heal. Yes. No, I didn't think so. Wow, none, huh? Well, okay. The glowing, does that apply to the brimstone, or how does it apply? Okay, well, guess we'll find out at some point. Fuck it. Let's see. Oh, this is not one of the doors that stays open, is it? The knockback fucking sucks, man. They keep like slipping out of the beam. Yeah, see? Like that? It just keeps like pushing them away. I don't want to push them away. I already do enough of that, IRL. I'll already push people away enough in my day-to-day. I don't need to repeat it. Okay. The skies, the beams from above are pretty sick. God damn, you explode. Oh, so true. Right, that was not charged. Bro. I'm so worried. The range is like barely higher than the explosion rate. What the hell was that? That's a new kind of enemy? Elite? New kind of something, for sure. No more of them? No more of them. Okay. Yeah, the beams are pretty sick. I'll say that. Beams are pretty sick. Dude, egg sacks. Yes, please. I'm actually stopping and clearing the rooms because it's not like we're pressed for time. And yeah, it'll give me, oh sure. Not like we're pressed for time, and it will actually give me charges for my items. Oh, kind of sucks for you. Wow. You absolutely did that one to yourself. You cannot put that one. Do the beams not do that much damage anymore? It used to be like you got hit by a beam and you were kind of dead also. Oh yeah, more? Holy water. Have they changed holy water? I swear holy water used to just like splotch if you got hit. Oh, I had to step away for a second. I was kind of cold. I didn't realize it's been getting cold, but sort of sneakily these days. I had to step away for a hoodie real quick. Ghosts? They're both still alive? Okay. Use it. Go back. Use it again. Baby, full health. Let's go. Now, okay, actual brimstone, I think would be fine. That's just because it doesn't really have like an end, you know what I mean? Like this knockback, I feel like it's really screwing me because there's an end to this brimstone. Ow. There's a place where there's just no more. Okay, yeah, I just took that one for the team, man, because we were kind of here forever. Otherwise, that one was a bit stupid. Blocks enemy shots. No, I'm keeping the soul hearts. I'm keeping them. Okay, nice. Nice. I have quite a bit of money actually. We don't have quite a bit of keys. If I could take both. Dreamcatcher is decent, actually. I'm gonna use it. Spawns a random trinket, doubles trinket effects. That can be pretty powerful. PhD is pretty good. There we go. And sure, while we're here. A member card. There we go. I can't believe I've never got that. Surely I've been using that many coins. I got the achievement for it, so I don't have it in any of my saves, I think is what that means. Which is absolutely wild. There we go. That didn't do it? There we go. My ass is going for all of them. You know my ass is going for all of them. This actually might take a second now. I will say that about Mom's Knife. Against bosses, it's absolutely peak. Everywhere else, it can actually be a bit of a fucking liability. Okay. Ow. There we go. And a bit of everything. Okay, is there a pill like telepills or something? Something's wrong. Health up. Health up I'm gonna use right now. Range up. I'm also gonna use right now. Infested? Okay. If there's anything absolutely incredible in here, we're taking it and we're doing it. Otherwise, yeah, no, we're not. We're not doing this. Pheromones, something's wrong. I'll take pheromones. Pheromones is great for like dual bosses because they'll start beating each other up. If ever we get one of them, pheromones is what you want. That's not great. Okay. Oh, so true. I can dash. I forgot about that. That's a bit lack. I guess it's not like a boss room thingy. You know what I mean. I am so sniffly. I'm not doing this shit, man. I'm so sniffly and I don't know why. Ugh. I'm sorry if the mic picked that up. That was so gross. Ugh. Sure. Sure. Okay. Okay, there we go. Finally it hit the orbital. Yeah, there we go. That didn't do shit, man. It's all worms all the way down? Oh, worms. What even exploded? Oh, the worms thing. So true. It's like, okay, it's like I get good items and I forget how to play. I start thinking I'm immortal. Yep, like that. Well, at least I can get I was gonna say I can get spirit hearts. I immediately use that one up. I guess that's what they're for. Okay. I haven't been keeping a super strict eye for on the painted rocks around here. Wow. Yikes. Sure. I literally can't be any faster. I think it's a combination of the knockback and the max speed. I literally don't know how to behave myself with max speed. I'm so bad at it. Absolutely clutch play by Holy Water. Wow, really? That's pretty good. You didn't used to do that. Alright, the dashing. I completely forgot that we could do that. Okay, come back. Do it again. Do it to my frickin' face. Alright. No. No. We're gonna try. We're gonna try. Okay, we got some hearts back. Sorry, there's no silly funny commentary right now. I'm fighting for my freaking life out here. Silly funny commentary will happen when we're doing okay. Sure.
Justice.
Okay. 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 The way I almost walked right into it, it's just, I completely forget how to behave myself. I swear that's just high speed, a couple of good items, kind of like kneecapped by one item that's kind of messing me up. And I just forget how to play Isaac. Now, why am I doing this room? That's a great question. I'm gonna not do that, is what I'm gonna do. Arcade? I could donate these. But there is actually, you know, something about maybe actually trying to convert this into items I can use. Okay. Gears up. Very good.
Tears up.
Cannot believe not a single one of these is a tinted rock. Crazy. Absolutely bananas. You again. Okay. Nice. Holy water has been more instrumental to defeating these like tiny spiders than literally anything else I own. Oh, normal hands down here? That's rare. They're usually the skeleton ones. Okay. In the boss room at long last. Sure. Bro, please. Oh no. Oh god, I'm one hit. I'm so dead actually. Yeah. Well, we knew this was happening. I've just not been in the right mentality for this right now. I think we're gonna switch over to Dwarf Fortress for a little bit. We'll see how that goes. Take a quick break, and I'll be right back. You know what, actually? I've decided we're gonna do a bit of data analysis. I've kept meaning to do it and never actually do it. So I'm gonna do some data analysis. I'm gonna do just a silly little bit of data analysis. No, of course it doesn't exist. So I guess this is a just chatting. This is a just chatting stream, and it's going to be data science. I'm gonna throw that tag on there. We're gonna get so many people on this, aren't we? Uh, Remind me later. I don't need the newest one right now. Okay, so we are going to create. Hang on a second. The cat's trying to break in. Okay. Jesus, almost killed myself. I was trying to sit down in my horrid gamer posture, and instead of sitting down, I kicked out the chair from under me, and I almost went down with it and opened my head on the little commode we have. Damn, that would have been a stream right there, huh? Perish, right, live. Okay. Just a second. Where? Okay. We will kind of start fresh with this. So, first thing I actually need to do is set up. What would this be? I guess I'm gonna use the browser source for this. No. No, I'm not. Why is it not selecting? Does the game work? That's crazy. Can you see this on stream? No, you cannot. So let me try to figure this out. Let me try to figure out. No, that's a little too crazy. That's a little too much. I think I'm just gonna create a new one called. Yeah, we're gonna figure out what goes in it. First, we're going to add the microphone, of course. Otherwise, you're not gonna. Yeah, add the mic. Okay. Then oh, this is a little janky, copying all of this over, but you're gonna be seeing a lot of flipping back and forth, because I'm taking all the elements. All right, pop-up element is right in the middle now. Is there anything else that we need? The chat box, pop-up alert is there. What's the? I have some text here that is nothing. I'm gonna have to get rid of that. Okay, so let's go window capture. I'm gonna call it RStudio. Wait, no, that's camera capture. God, I am all over the place with this. Hang on one second. Technical difficulties. Window capture. There we go. RStudio. Okay. The name is, oh right, yeah. Window. Bro, why is it not? That's wild. Why is it not seeing this? Does it need to be something else other than window capture? I'm not gonna do display capture because that's crazy. Is it game specific window RStudio? This is not, you're not seeing this. That's crazy. Why is this not working? If it's full screen, will that do it? That will not do it. That's crazy. I swear I actually got this to work at some point. And I don't know how I did this. I was trying it out because I was like, hey, let's do a little bit of data analysis for fun. I don't want to do display capture. I'm not, because like we're gonna be going into like folders and shit, and this is my computer. I use this computer for shit. I don't want that. Let's. I'm gonna try to figure it out a little bit more. And so if I open like Firefox, and then I go back here, is it gonna be like, hey, Firefox? I go to a browser. Firefox. That does get captured. Yeah. That does get captured. So why RStudio, there we go. Okay, why was this so difficult? Why was this so difficult? We're gonna be starting from scratch. I will be downloading some data. Technically is data that I've used for work, but I'm gonna pick some like old data that we've haven't used in forever. So let's see, we're gonna be using, well, oh, this is it. Yeah, so true. I'm like so worried I'm accidentally gonna show my login for work on screen, but no. We're good. We're good. Let's see. Let's grab something here. Sure, we can do something like this, I think. Yeah, we can do this. Okay. So we're gonna be starting from scratch, which means we are we're going to create a new project. It's gonna open this little window. Does that? Yeah, that does show up. New project, directory. I'm going to change the subdirectory. I'm pretty sure this window is actually not going to show up, and you know, that's probably for the best. I'm gonna have it in just document. Uh, New folder. We can do that. Directory name, data analysis for fun. Okay, so create project. So that, no, remind me later. That opens us up into here. And we can go ahead and open a new R script. Okay, so the first thing, first thing we're doing is installing some packages, right? Install.packages. If you don't have them, typically the package you're gonna need, and inside of install packages, it needs to be like a string. So it needs to be like a bit of text. Tidyverse is the one you'll probably need for everything. Now I already have this installed, so I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to go library tidyverse. No, tidyverse. And there we go. It's running everything. Yeah. The only way like you can be on any sort of run and like select anything and then go run, right? Current line or selection. You can also just do control enter on your keyboard, which is a lot faster. And we can do maybe library ggplot2, which is going to be the one we use to plot our data. Now I'm pretty sure ggplot comes with this data set. Yeah, it's ggplot. It's from ggplot, and it's this data set called mpg, which is miles per gallon. It's a data set that's all, you know, it's we can actually check it out because we just have it. We can go view mpg, and that'll open it in one thing. So this is like all of these different car manufacturers, the model inside of that car manufacturer, the displacement, right? This is this yeah, engine displacement in liters, so how big the engine is, year of manufacture, number of cylinders, type of transmission, type of drivetrain, front wheel, rear wheel drive, or four wheel drive. Miles city, right? The city miles per gallon, the highway miles per gallon, fuel type, which I assume inside is what, regular, premium. I don't know. I don't drive a car. This might not be the best data set to use. And then class, the type of car, right? Midsize, SUV, yeah, this. There's, I think, is there another one called planes or something like that? No. Plane? No. Well, we can use the MPG. Is there some other? Yeah, what's in ggplot? What is there? Is, if I go down to M, will it show me the MPG, or yeah, MPG? Midwest demographics. Okay, so we could maybe try this. Mammal sleep database. Okay. Let's go view Midwest. Oh, okay. This one has a bit more entries. And then view msleep. Sorry. Press shift enter instead of control enter. Okay. Okay. But see, this is a very let's see. We can check it out. In terms of 12 presidents from Eisenhower to Trump. What is that gonna have in it? Presidential? Yes. Oh, that's, yeah. That doesn't have very much information, but I'm trying to see what other data sets there are that can be good. Is there? No, aesthetic. Yeah. I don't think there's very many other data sets with this, is there? I know there's like a few economic time series. That could be something. View economics long. Long is how long? 2,870 entries or total column. So what does that one do actually? Let's see. That one has a lot of stuff going on for it. I opened it in my browser. I did not know middle click would open it in my browser. Yo, you learn something new every day, don't you? Also, just let me make sure I've not. Yeah, okay. I have my. Which one is this? Okay, the game capture isn't doing anything, so I'm gonna get rid of it. R Studio. There we go. Month of data collection, sure. Personal consumption expenditures in billions of dollars. What? Population? That's not even. Oh, is this like? Yeah. Oh, that kind of sucks. I mean, I guess that's sort of there to do like a pivot wider on it, maybe, because this is not a good way to have your data. But anyway, I think let's go with a classic. Let's start with MPG, and then if later on, this I'm doing, I guess, for Alyssa, friend. She checks in sometimes. She wants to learn R, and I've been using a lot of that lately. What I've done here, basically, is I've just assigned this MPG dataset that just comes with the ggplot library. I've assigned this is called the left assign. I've assigned it to the variable name MPG, which means it actually shows up in our data here. I don't think I need to do that because again, it already exists, right? Like it's already there, but I like to have it here. This just kind of drops down every single column of the data from like manufacturer, model, blah 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 blah. So let's see. Let's ask. Like we can try asking ourselves some sort of a question. Like, what is the average? Let's find a question here. The average, or how does engine displacement, actually that might be a good one. How does engine displacement correlate to highway miles per gallon, right? So if we have a bigger engine, do we spend more gallons to do the same distance? Do we spend less? So we can do something like this. Now, to do this, the easiest way to do that would probably be to just straight up ggplot data equals mpg mapping is, yeah, there, here we're giving it, I accidentally killed the parenthesis. Here we're just giving it the aesthetics that this is going to take. So what we're plotting, you see the first argument for aesthetics is x, the second is y. This means, by the way, and if you go into out here into ggplot, right, let me show you again. If you go here into ggplot, you see how like the first thing it wants to take is data. The second thing it wants to take is mapping, and that's sort of the default ones, which means you don't need to specify data equals blank. You can just say straight up MPG, and because the first thing it wants you to give it is the data, it's going to know that like this means data equals MPG. Like this is what you're assigning to data. Same for here. Like you don't actually need to say mapping. You can just go straight to this. Tactical muting for a sneeze. You know who it is. You know who it is. On the X, let's say we are plotting, I guess, engine displacement, right? We see engine displacement, and on the Y we can plot the miles per gallon. Is that a good way to plot it? What depends on what? Let's see. Does, I guess, does miles per gallon miles per gallon do relate to engine displacement actually. So yeah, this would be right. The highway goes on the Y. So then we would go displacement on the X, and highway on the Y. Right? Now, of course, if we do this, you'll see we haven't actually, nothing actually shows up. This is immediately, it switchovers to the plots tab, and it tries to show us our plots. And you'll see the axes are correct, right? Like the highway speed, the highway miles per gallon floats somewhere in between. This is what, like 10 and like a 45. So like this is, you know, if we go minimum here, you see it's 12. If you go maximum, it's 44. So it's aware that you've assigned some variables here and sort of how the limits of those variables are. If you go to displacement, there's lowest we get is 1.6, which is would fall like here-ish, and the maximum we get is a 7, which is here, right? So it knows this, but it's not actually plotting anything. And why is that? Well, because you've created this plot and you've created sort of the canvas for it, but you haven't actually added anything to it, right? Which is this little plus sign here. This is a thing that's a particular thing to ggplot, this package. It works by doing these plus signs. A lot of other times in programming, you'll do like, you know, like brackets or whatever, you know, like to follow up on one thing, do another. On ggplot, you use these plus signs, and that's how you sort of add, let's call it layers, right, to this. So what you add is called geoms, right? That's just what they're called. It's sort of the I'm sure it's short for something like geometric, whatever, but or I don't know. But you can add geoms, right? And here you just type geom, and immediately it's going to try to it's going to give you a list of all of them, where they come from, and you can see the package it comes from is ggplot, right? So all of these geoms we can use. So we can go ahead and add. Oh, I looped all the way around, but let's add a geom point, which is the most typical way to represent data, right? It's just wherever one point of data and another match up, we add a point. So we can go ahead and add this. And we're already, you know, we're getting some data here. And we're getting an idea of the trend, right? The higher the engine, the less miles per gallon. So a smaller engine, more miles per gallon. That's sort of what we seem to be getting here. But of course you have to, like, this doesn't tell us very much of anything, right? Because there's all these different manufacturers, there's all these different like classes of cars, all these different cylinders. There's a lot of extra information we're not putting in here, and of course it's up to your discretion what information you do and don't display. Because if we put all the information on here, it's going to be so cluttered us to loop back around and not be informative at all. So right now we've added a point, right? We've added geom point. But what if we want to, I don't know. I guess we can do it here. Inside the geom point isn't just blank. Geom point can take pretty much the same things this can take. I'm gonna write it out so it's a little easier to follow. So this is data, and this is mapping. So it's like this is the data we're using, and these are the variables we are mapping onto this plot, right? So x, and I also write this out here, be explicit. We are teaching, after all, and y equals highway miles per gallon. So you can see if I run this again, everything is exactly the same. All I've done is specify what everything is, rather than just implying it like by leaving all of this out. So geom point can take the same stuff. Like I could go right here and go data, you know, and have it use a different kind of data. But then again, you know, the issue with that is it would have a hard time mapping it to this. But you could do it. You can change the data, you can change everything. One thing you can do, it also takes these aesthetics, right? It's the aesthetic mapping. And you can add, for example, let's say color equals, what's it called? Manufacturer? Sure, manufacturer. Color equals manufacturer. We can go ahead and we can do this. And there you go. Now you're getting all of these manufacturers and you're getting, you know, something like that. So now you're maybe getting like a bit more of an idea, and you can see. Now, of course, these colors might not be super detailed because you've got like we're starting with some oranges and these they kind of combine together. This is where, for example, something like a theme might be good. This is a different library that you can use. GG theme. Oh, I might not have it installed. I don't typically do data analysis, so we can install a package right now and you can see how it works. GG themes, right? You just tell it the name of the package, and itself it'll go around, it'll look for it, and yep, it's installed. So now you can just go library GG themes, and it'll show you in the drop down to autofill. You run this code, and now it's on there, which means we could, for example, add theme, you know, and there's a few themes that come with ggplot. For example, theme BW, which is black and white, which is a sort of a nice sort of neat way, you know. It doesn't have the gray background, it doesn't have the background on the everything like this, so it's a sort of a neat presentation. It's sort of what I use a lot for work, you know. It's nice, it's appealing, it doesn't have a lot of clutter. But one thing that GG Themes comes with that's very nice is you can go ahead and you can go scale color, right? And there's a few colors that you can, and this like scale color, don't think about it like it's a weird like when we're talking about scale color, what we're saying is apply a change to the color, right? It's sort of scaling something in like the mathematics sense. Is, you know, you scale something by 3, you multiply it by 3. It's sort of telling, you know, like scale the color, which is just apply a change to the color. And there's a few. One that I really like to use is scale color colorblind, because it has colors with a lot of variation. Now, the one limitation with scale color colorblind is it only goes 8 colors deep. So for something like this, it might not be the best idea to use. Another thing that we can do if the colors are getting confusing, we can go shape equals manufacturer. And what that'll do is that will give a different shape to each of the manufacturers. But this, you know, has its own limitations as well. It doesn't. And that, you know, this is probably telling us something, right? Because if we have a legend this long, and we have like all of this, like this it's hard to follow any given trend in this data, isn't it? So let's try to map it out in some other way. Let's see. We can go ahead and say we can maybe do cylinders, right? There's not that many there. Like there's 4, there's 6, and there's 8, and that's as far as cylinders go. So we can do this. And by the way, another thing that you can do, if you want your changes, your specifications to apply everywhere in the plot, because the thing is, right, for example, let's say I go geom point, and then I give it the aesthetic, because if I don't give it the aesthetic, right, and I go color equals, what were we doing, cylinder? Is it abbreviated or... Yeah, sil. Okay. So, if I go ahead and do this, right, it says object sil not found. because when you have it outside of mapping, you know, when you have it outside of aesthetics mapping, you have to give it like a specific color. Like if I replace this with, I don't know, red, that will work. It just makes everything red. But if you're trying to have like a variable color, you have to put it inside of the aesthetic. Then color equals sil. And that'll tell it to do this. Now, the issue with this is cylinder is a numeric right now, which means we're getting a gradient here because it thinks, you know, cylinders is like a continuous variable. Like we could have 5 and 7. And I don't know a lot about cars, and there's a chance you can have 5 and 7. But really, as far as this data set is concerned, there's only 4, 6, and 8, right? Is there? No, there's 5 actually. Is there a 7? Have I missed it? No. 4, 5, 6, and 8. Right. So one thing we can do, for example, is here's where we get into the realm of modifying data to make our plots look better. So for example, we can go ahead and create a new variable called plotting data. And that's going to be mouse per which means right now plotting data and MPG are the exact same thing, right? And I'm creating a different one because I like, whenever I'm doing a modification to a data set, I like to create a new variable. Because I don't like, you know, if I make a change to this, right? And then I decide I don't like it, I have to go back and I need to run all this code again, which, you know, this is not that big a deal right now. And this we don't even need to have. This is just so I could explore them earlier. But I would need to run this again, right? This is not that big a deal right now. But if you've had a data set and you've been doing stuff to it, and you know, all of a sudden you make a change, and you know, you either throw up an error where you misspecified something, and instead of doing the change you wanted, it does the opposite to the change you wanted, or whatever it is, and you need to go back and do it again. Rather than do that, I like to create a new variable whenever I'm doing a change, and that way, you know, all the changes, all the tweaks I do, I just need to do here, and I can just change this. And this will kind of take me into the next part of what's really nice about R and data modifications is the pipe operator. So the pipe operator, originally it was this, because I believe it was this pipe operator came with some packages. It was not part of default R. And the new modern one is this. This is also the pipe operator. I think the shortcut code for it is Control Shift M. Yeah, the default with RStudio is this one. I'm actually gonna go and change that. I don't know how to do that. Hang on a second. Edit, maybe. Tools seems great. Modify keyboard shortcuts. Right? No, I know there's a place where you can just go. I'm gonna need to look it up because I can't remember exactly how you do it now. I'm gonna look it up. Studio change pipe operator. Yeah, there we go. Global options, code, and use native pipe operator. Okay, file. Where is global options? Global options, right here. Code and is this, no, this is console code. There we go. Use native pipe operator. This one right here. This just means like you'll be using the new pipe operator rather than the old one. And as far as I know, everywhere the old one works, the new one also works. And okay. So now we Control Shift M, we get the new pipe operator. So this is basically just like future proofing your R console, because in the future I'm pretty sure this native pipe operator is just like what's going to be used. So this pipe operator, what it basically does is it takes what's behind it in the code and applies it to the first argument of the function that comes next. So doing MPG and then let's say I don't know. Let's suppose I don't care about the model, so I want to remove it. So I can go to the select function, which comes with from dplyr, I guess is how you pronounce this. Which is a tidyverse is not just one package, it's like a bunch of packages wearing a trench coat. So like select is part of that comes when you install it. So you can go ahead and select, and then you can tell it which columns you want it to select or which columns you don't want it to select. So if I'm trying to select everything except for model, I could go ahead and go manufacturer. Actually, model is the one I'm trying to get rid of, but I can go year. I can go SIL. You know, I can go and like type every single one, or I can also use the exclamation mark, which in coding is the opposite, right? If it like, if I don't know, if I go true, it's true, right? If I go exclamation point true, it's the opposite of true, so it's false, right? So like the exclamation point ahead of something just tells it not this. So if I go ahead and I go select not model, is what we were saying, and then I run this, I don't know if you saw the variables, there's one less variable in plotting data, and we go here and we see the model variable is completely gone, right? That's sort of the beauty of a pipe operator, because this is the same really as going select, and then the data is going to be MPG, and then you tell it not model. And that's, you know, the same thing. The beauty of the pipe operator though is that, you know, this looks almost like English, right? So select not model. It's basically it basically the sentence structure of it flows like English, right? Plotting data is MPG, select select everything except model, right? Whereas the other way around, it's like select in MPG everything that is not model, right? If I run this right here, because I'm not assigning to everything, it's gonna spit it out into the console. But you see, like it works the same. It's the same thing. It's just, you know, this flows a lot better. And the nice thing about this is then you can slap another pipe operator here. And let's say we want only engines with displacement, I don't know, 4 or bigger, right? So then you can go filter displacement larger than or equal to 4, right? And then you see a lot of the actual data points got cut, and only displacement, you know, if I sort it right now, the smallest is 4, and that's, you know, But and the pipe operator almost works as a then here, right? Because it's like plotting data is miles per gallon, where then select everything that's not model, and then filter only the models where displacement is larger than or equal to 4. And because we're assigning this to plotting data, we have this data readily available here. If you run this without assigning it to plotting data, so like, I don't know, press enter here, so this is, oh, maybe just like erase this for the moment. So like this right now, it's not being assigned to anything. So if you run it, it's just going to spit it out here, but you can't call it, right? Plotting data exists right now because I put it here. But if I delete this, and I go this and then this, MPG exists because I assigned it. So it's in the directory, in the environment, sorry. This does not really exist. It's here and you can use it to check things, but it doesn't really exist. But what we wanted to do originally, this sort of rant was originated by, we wanted to turn this into discrete variables rather than, this sort of gradient, because that's how the legend works. When it thinks you're giving it a gradient variable, it'll try to make it a gradient. If this was something that we were looking at sort of the flow of like the trends of, this would work. But really, cylinders is more of a discrete thing, and we know we only have 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, or 8, right? And the way you can check that, you can go, you can use the unique function, which is, it gives you the unique variables in something. And if you go unique MPG, it's just going to give you, hang on. That's just going to give you like it's taking in MPG the unique, each of these is like the manufacturer, the model, each of these. But then one thing you can do, and that's another key thing in R, is inside of a data frame, you can use this $sign, right? So you're calling MPG, right? The unique thing in MPG, and then $sign, and then it gives you the different columns, right? So we want to check what's the unique variables of cylinder inside MPG, unique values of sil inside MPG. So we can go ahead and do that. That's going to give you a vector of everything that's unique. So we have 4, 5, 6, 8. So what we can do is, if we want to turn this into not a gradient, we can go ahead and make it a factor. Well, a factor is a special kind of vector. I don't know if it's used elsewhere outside of R, but a factor is a vector that has specified levels to it. It has a specified order, and it's very useful. Something like this, it's very useful if you want to organize your data in a specific way. So we can go ahead and be MPG $sil. So we're making, if we call this, it's just going to give us the vector of everything that is in MPG sil, So 4, 4, 4, 4, 6, 6, 6, 4, 4, 4, 4, 6, 6, 6. This is it. It's just horizontal instead of vertical. And we're going to make it as factor, right? Which is basically just saying this data, we are assigning something to it. And what we're going to assign it to is itself, right? So this, if I do this, it's just going to turn this into, rather than a numeric variable, which right now, if you hover over here, it's a numeric, and that's just, this is a character because it's got like letters and everything. Typically, if a value only has numbers on it, for example, this is a good variable, the drive, right? Because 4 indicates 4-wheel drive, F indicates forward, and R, I assume, is in here somewhere and indicates rear wheel drive. But you see, this has a mix. It has a combination of letters and numbers. So if you hover over here, it's going to tell you it's a character, right? Because there are numbers here, sure. but it's, you know, it's also got letters, so this is not the number 4, it's the character 4. It's not, okay, the way to put it, it's not 4, it's 4, right? So this is a number, this is not. But now we're going to tell it as factor, this thing, and if we want to go even further, we can go level. Hang on. Because as factor takes levels. I know this for a fact because I use it all the time. Is factor the right... Factor is the right thing. No, it's just factor. Right, that's what it is. It's not as factor, because when you do as factor, you're just telling it, take what this is, convert it into a factor. We're not doing this. We're assigning, quote unquote, a new factor, but really we're being a little cheeky. We're giving it the same information, but then we're going to tell it the levels as well while we're here. And the levels are 4, 5, 6, 8, right? Which is the unique ones we saw here, and I'm also organizing them in the correct order. So it's 4, 5, 6, 8. And this C in front of the parentheses just indicates this is a vector, right? This is a list. This is an organized list of, well, this is not necessarily organized, but it's just a list of items, right? This is a vector. The C in front of it tells it that. Otherwise, if there was no C and it was just parentheses, it would just read it as parentheses. With the C ahead of it, it's telling it it's this. So now I'm just going to run this. Oh, I have the C selected. That's what it is. Hang on, sorry. Okay, now you see it. So it shows up here. MPC sil. We have assigned to it MPC sil, MPG sil. But we've made it, you know, it's a factor, and the levels are 4, 5, 6, 8. Which means if I go here and I go to sil factor with 4 levels, it's no longer a number as far as the program, as far it's no number numeric as far as the program is concerned. It's a factor, which means if we go back and we run this, it should see now each of these, it knows it's each of them are a discrete variable. It even knows what order they're in because we told them what order they're in. It's 4, 5, 6, 8. So now we see a little bit of something, right? We see less cylinders and a smaller motor. You know, that's sort of, we trend towards here, and it seems like the bigger the motor and the higher the number of cylinders, the more, you know, the less miles per gallon we get. So the more of a gas guzzler this car is. And then we could then, I don't know, if we want to make this plot a little prettier, right? Function that's very important in ggplot2 is labs, which is labels. And we can just go ahead and tell it X is going to be engine displacement in parentheses L for liters, or maybe liters straight up. So if I just give it just this, it's just going to have changed, you know. X just means the label on X. So then it's changed this engine displacement liters right here. And you can go and keep giving it arguments. So the Y, so we're going to change highway. We're going to change it into miles per gallon highway, right? And there we go, miles per gallon highway. And now you can even, it's not just meant to modify things, you can even start adding things that the plot by default doesn't add. So we can add, for example, a title, which we could see, I don't know, miles per gallon on highway as a factor of engine. This is a very wordy title. This would not be a good title to actually give something. And cylinders, you know, something like this. Now this is, you know, massive title. And if we don't want to have a title that's so big, we can maybe even do something like, you know, subtitle. So then, instead of doing this, we can just call it my speed on highway and have this be the title, and then the subtitle has a factor of engine displacement and cylinder, and that just adds it as a little subtitle here. And once again, you know, if you want to make it a little prettier, you want to change it. Oh, another thing that's actually good to change. This sill right here on the legend is not exactly very informative. Like, we know it's cylinders, and reasonably anyone would think this means cylinders. But you don't want to make that assumption. So what you're going to do, because this, what it's doing right now, what it's categorizing is on color, right? Color is sill. So we're basically telling it, take the different variables of cylinder and apply different colors to them. So this is, you know, the color legend. So we can go ahead and say color equals cylinders. Oh, I didn't add a comma at the end of it. That's my bad. There we go. And you run this, and now this has been changed to cylinders. We can change the theme. As we said, theme BW, black and white, is the sort of neater theme in my opinion. You know, it doesn't have that gray background. It has a bit more like subdued style. I actually kind of really like this one. And then if we're happy with this plot, we can go ahead and we can export it, save as image, save as PDF, everything, you know, even copy it to your clipboard straight up. Alternatively, you can go and use the ggsave function, which comes with the ggplot package. You give it a file name, so go ahead and give it a file name. When you're doing a file name, it takes a string, which means, you know, this kind of text that goes in between the quotation marks, that's a string. It can also come inside of single quotation marks, but I like to use these, sue me. And then, you know, when we're giving it this slash right here, the dot slash is telling it inside of this directory, right? And if we go like 2 dots up, I'm actually not going to do that because I think that's going to go straight into like my documents, and you might see all my documents there. We're towing a dangerous line with doxing right here, but I think we're okay. But you can go ahead and tell it this. We don't have any folders inside of this data analysis for fun thing. We can go ahead files. We can see we don't have any folders, but we can create a new one and go and call it plots, for example. And then folder is created. And if I go and check inside of my like file explorer, it exists as well. But then that means if we go ahead and press tab, this is what I'm doing, by the way. I'm pressing tab to make it try and autocomplete, and then it's sort of giving me the different things it could autocomplete. I'm gonna go inside of plots, and I'm gonna call this mpg plot1.png. When you give it this .png, ggsave is going to know that you're trying to save it as an image. I think you can also use like JPG. You can use we can look it up. Question mark ggsave. This question mark whatever is how you look up, like, you know, I could go into help and I could go into this lookup thing and go ggsave, or I can just type right here question mark ggsave in the moment, and that's going to open the help page for ggsave. It's just a bit of like a maybe shorter way. You don't have to use your mouse, just go straight to keyboard. And you can see what it takes. It takes file name, it takes plot. This help page is very useful. I use it's well, I use it all the time because it's useful. You can see what arguments it takes. It takes file name, it takes the plot you're trying to save. The default for it is last plot, which is, the last plot we have here. If I call right now last plot, it's going to recreate the same plot, right? So we have it here. So the by default, this is what this tells you, like the defaults, right? There's no default file name because it doesn't want to like save by default anywhere that you haven't specified, but everything else has has a default value to it. So it's like the plot by default is the last plot, so the one you've just made. The device is the kind of file that you're using, so it can be PNG, blah 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 blah. The actual file name can just like give the device, if I once again, if I've specified this is a PNG, it's going to save it as a PNG. If I save it as PDF, it's going to automatically create a PDF. So it's smart enough to know that. Then you can go ahead and give it the other arguments. We don't need to give it the plot argument because by default it's the last plot, so we can just not touch it and it'll automatically give it this. And if you had, for example, let's go ahead and say I'm going to assign this plot to plot 1, but right? So now we have an item here in the environment called plot 1. That's just all the different layers, everything that makes the plot, right? And then I can go ahead and create a new plot called, I don't know. Well, I'm not going to call it anything. I'm going to go ahead and say plot mpg. I'm going to plot on the X. I'm going to plot cylinder. On the Y, I'm going to plot city, right? City miles. So cylinder is city miles per gallon. And then I'm just gonna throw on it geom point, which is the most like default way, and you can see right here. Now, okay, now here's a thing where like you see this, and this is not exactly a very informative plot, is it? So like you see this, it doesn't tell you very much about it. This is where something like a box plot might be good. So geom box plot. It automatically will create boxes. And, inside of those boxes, it shows, I'm not sure if this is the mean or the median. I think it's the mean. It shows the sort of this confidence value here. And then it also shows the outliers, right? So this on its own, but using the same amount of like information, it's giving you a lot more to chew on when you look at this plot, right? This is already a much better plot, and all we've changed is how we're representing it. But this right here is right now, this is the last plot. So if I go ahead and I call last plot, it's gonna open this. So right now, if I were to use GG save, it would save this plot. So if I want to save a different one, I can go ahead and be plot equals plot 1, right? And now I'm telling it, no, don't save the last one I've made, which is what you would do by default. Save this one that I've saved to my engine, well, to my environment. I keep calling this everything except environment. I've called it directory engine, but just plots. Plot equals plot 1, sure. Which means right now it's going to save the previous plot, which is this one. It keeps a bit of a history of plots. You can go through it, but there we go. Plot equals plot 1. Then you can also specify height. Because one thing about these plots is that they automatically resize. Right? If I go ahead, you see this plot, you see how it looks. If I say width is 200, update preview, it updates. It doesn't just squish the image, it reproduces the plot at the highest level of quality with this kind of limitation, right? So if you want to specify width, you can go ahead and say width, I don't know, 10, height equals 10, right? We're making a square image. Now, of course, width and height is 10, but it's 10 what, right? Like, we need to actually tell it what is it. Is this 10 inches, 10 centimeters, 10 millimeters, 10 pixels, right? So we can go ahead and we can go units. If we do it by default, it's just gonna do whatever. But we can go ahead and tell it, I don't know, 10 centimeters, right? And you can see the way, like, this takes a string, and you can go further down here and check it here, right? Yeah, what kind of things it takes. There's also examples in the help page that tell you how it's run, and sort of this is how it would be run properly, right? So 10 by 10 centimeters or inches. And this is something useful as well if you're trying to make it sort of a specific size. For example, if I'm trying to make it paper sized, maybe I'm trying to do like a landscape letter paper, right? Letter paper is 11 inches tall, 8.5 inches wide. If we're doing it landscape, it's the opposite. So width is going to be 11, height is going to be 8.5, units is going to be inches, right? And that is really all you need to feed this thing. You just go ahead and run it. Going to run, and then I don't know if you saw real quick, there was a stop sign here. This happens whenever a function is running. It'll give you the little stop sign here. You can also press escape to stop it running. If you've accidentally created a function that'll run forever, a very heavy function that's like tanking your computer, whatever it is, you can stop it by pressing that stop sign or by pressing the escape key on your keyboard. And now if I go into, I guess I could check it out here. I could go into plots, and we've got this PNG right here. I don't think, yeah, this just opens the plot in my computer. But I can go ahead, I can throw it into R, into R, I can throw it into OBS. An image, make a new image. Let's browse documents. What did I called it stream data analysis for fun plots mpg plot 1. So there it is. It's kind of massive, but I can resize it. But you see, this is an image. We made this plot, and this is something you could throw into like a Word document, into a PowerPoint, and it's a very sort of powerful way to create this doesn't look like it's 8 by. Is this? Did it squish a little? Funky. Okay. Maybe I did. Maybe I specified the wrong size. Hang on. No. Width is 11. Height is 8.5. Units is inches. That should have made a sheet of paper, basically. That's wild. Well, anyway. But there you see. This is, I minimized R. That's why the background went. But this is an image that we can just throw into whatever we want, etc. I'm going to delete this. But you see, this is sort of the use of R as data analysis. Huh. Okay. Well, honestly, I mean, this was kind of fun. I I'm the kind of nerd that likes doing this. I do it for my job, but I also, as you can tell, I do it for fun. R is, I think, a very beginner friendly, very approachable uh data analysis like software language. You know, it has everything that it does is very. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's. It doesn't. It seems very grammatical. Everything it does. You know, and you know it's funky that I say that because this way that you build a graphic is called the grammar of graphics. I think. Which is like you start by creating the graphic and then you add one thing on it, then you add also this on it, you also add this on it. So like there's like there's an order to it, there's a reason to it, and it flows very much like the English language. So yeah, and you know, you can get like real wild with all of this stuff, which is why I've been thinking about, you know, taking some data from work or something like that, because that data is a lot more has a lot more pizzazz than this. But we could also do something like okay, I'm going to install a new package called Plotrix. The only reason I use Plotrix is because it has a standard deviation function built into it called std. Sorry, standard error. Standard deviation already comes with R. It's just SD like this, and you tell it what it is. But it has a standard error function put into it. But I'm pretty sure with MPG we can do something here. We could do right, because the standard error, that's sort of when you start, you know, analyzing your data at a bit of a further level. Right now we just took the data at face value and we plotted some of it, or like a decent amount of it. But we can do let's see. Okay. We can go ahead. We can go and call it summarize what data, and we're gonna say it's MPG. That's not what I want to do. Control Shift M, please. And we're gonna say summarize this, right? So summarize. Now summarize. Well, actually, first what we're going to do is group it specifically somehow. So we're gonna say group by, right? So this is going to just go ahead and we're going to tell it what we want to group it by. So there's, you know, all these variables, and each of these variables have different values. So if I go ahead and say it group by manufacturer, it's going to create a group that's Audi, a group that's Chevrolet, a group that's Dodge, a group that's Ford, a group that's Hyundai. You know, for each of the manufacturers, it's going to like group the data that way. So if I can go ahead and do that, group by manufacturer, right? So it's been grouped in summarized data. If right now, like, hang on, if I open this, it doesn't look any different, right? Groups are not a thing that you can see here. But if I call summarize data and just make it show it to me, we can go ahead and see like a Tibble. It has groups, like groups manufacturer 15, which means there's 15 different manufacturers in this list. And then even within, you know, I could go ahead and go group by manufacturer model, right? Go even deeper. You know, we have two groups. Group by manufacturer model. And if I run this again, there's 38 groups now, because for each manufacturer, it's taking, you know, now we have a group that's the Audi A4s, a group that's the Audi A4 Quattro, the group that's Chevrolet C1500 Suburban. So like we have a group, you can kind of like see how we're like slowly funneling it in. And then, you know, if we have our data summarized like this, then we can go ahead and do something really neat. Well, we have a data group, we can go ahead and summarize it, right? We can go ahead and summarize. what this summarize does is if we just run it on its own, it's not really going to do like anything, right? If we tell it like what to do, we tell it what to create, we can go ahead and say city mean is going to be the mean. This is a function of the variable city, right? Summarize data. Oh, right now, okay, that the problem with this now is that I did run it and I didn't specify, so it's basically created all these groups, you know, like this is only 38 entries now because there's 38 groups, so it's just gone ahead and for each of the groups created a column and not actually output anything. But it, you know, if I run this bit again, so we're sort of back to where we were, I can go ahead, I can open summarize. Right, no, I need to run this. Yeah, I go ahead and open summarize data again, and we see there's like city, there's highway, you know. So we can go city mean is mean of city. And then we can also do something like city SD is equal to the standard deviation of city, right? We can create another one. We can go, I should be putting commas between these, otherwise it's gonna throw up an error. We can go highway mean is equal to the mean of highway, and then highway SD is equal to SD highway, right? So I can just go ahead, I can run this now. So Control Enter as always. One more thing actually. So we see now we've got these variables now, which means this is the city mean, this is the city standard deviation, this is the highway mean, this is the highway standard deviation, right? So we can see right now that the mean miles per gallon, the standard deviation within that, the highway mean, you know, for each manufacturer and model that we had in this list, we can see those values. One thing though is if I call summarize data right now, you will see it's still grouped by manufacturer. Now, normally this is not going to be a big issue, right? Because once you've grouped by and summarized, it's normally not going to have some sort of issue. But there's still a group left here, which means it could mess you up in the future. So it's pretty good practice at the end of this to go ahead and call ungroup. Which is just, you know, if I run summarize data again, there's no groups, right? You see how here, a tibble with manufacturer, a tibble, it has no groups. So it's sort of good for us to group by whatever we want again, and like it should not cause any errors in the future. It's just a good thing to keep in mind. But now we've got this, so we can go ahead and plot this. And now that we've become maybe a little bit more comfortable with pipe operators, we can go ahead and do it like this. MPG, no, sorry, not MPG, summarize data. And we can go ahead and pipe into ggplot, which is just going to take, you know, this first argument, data, and it's going to be put summarize data in this first argument. That's the what the pipe does. It's just going to take this first thing that it wants and give it the previous thing that we are piping in. So we're going to go ahead and put but not a comma, because that already does it on its own. So that's summarize data. We're going to ggplot it. So we're going ahead and call aesthetics. On the X, I'm going to do, let me check this out. We could do manufacturer on the X, right? Manufacturer on the X. And then we can do city mean on the Y, right? So then if I go ahead and I throw a geom point on it, you can see for each manufacturer, we're getting the mean for these, right? Now, you know, this maybe is not super helpful either right now, because inside of each manufacturer, there's different models, and you know, for Audi, for example, right here, one of these points is the A4, one of these points is the A4 Quattro, and one of these is the A6 Quattro. And by looking at the data here, we can see the A4 is the highest of all of these. Did I do city? I did do city mean. So yeah, this is the highest of all of the points. This is a second. This is a third. So you know, we could do something like this, but you know, it doesn't really. You don't really know which one is what. So that's maybe not the best. Maybe we could go. Geom text, right? We could do this and do is that how this works? That is not how this works. You're right, there we go. Label equals model. So now there you go. Now each of these points is labeled with and this is, by the way, this is errors are very useful in programming. Like, I know it sucks to get an error, but seeing it, you know, it's like error in geom text caused by error in compute geom. Geom text requires the following missing aesthetics label, right? So I was like, okay, in geom text, in the aesthetics function, I needed to specify that this is label, you know? So now we know, you know, what each of these is. Now, this is still a pretty messy plot, you know, there's a lot of overlap, there's a lot of everything, but already we are getting, you know, a bit more information maybe. We could also do something like, if we're not going to do this, we could do let me close out these parentheses before it throws a fit. We can go city mean and highway mean, right? Something like this. All right, I need to put a geom point on it. No, geom point, please. Okay. So now we can see this. Now, once again, this doesn't really tell us much of anything, but we can go ahead and go no color equals manufacturer, which is, you know, it's the same thing as before, but we can see, for example, we have city mean, highway mean. This seems like a very good like manufacturer for, you know, miles per gallon on both counts. Now the problem is, color wise, it's maybe a little hard to tell. I'm pretty sure this is a Toyota or something of the like. We could, if I go label, yeah, will that do something? No. But if I do geom text, that will do it. Geom text. There we go. Yeah, it is Toyota. So, you know, and once again, we're seeing here this thing where, like, I can specify the label inside of geom text, or I can specify it here when I'm creating the plot, and then every single layer I put on it is going to inherit these. You know, it's going to inherit city mean goes on Y, highway mean goes on city mean goes on X, highway mean goes on Y. And if we need to specify a label, we're using manufacturer for that, right? So that right there, that's oh, okay. Well, this became a bit of a nerd stream, all things considered. I had quite a bit of fun with it. I'm not mad. So I don't know, if you want to do more, if you want to learn more of this, I'm very down to always do some of this stuff. This is, you know, this is pretty darn basic as far as R goes. There's, you can get into like printing PDFs, you can get into for loops, you can get into functions and specifying your own. And I am by far not the best teacher at this, because really what I do is, you know, a lot of the stuff I do could probably be more automated, could be more something, but I'm think I'm well enough on the way that I can teach the basic level, and I can also find out the stuff that I know. I'm at a level with this language where everything I don't know, I have the tools to figure out. So that's what we're maybe gonna do in the future. I don't know. So if you enjoyed, you know, make sure to tell me you want to see more of this, because you know, I would gladly do data analysis for streams. This is this is such a weird little thing that I'm very very into. So just, you know, go ahead and tell me, drop a follow, etc., etc. This is going to be going on the YouTube channel, so if anyone ever needs to learn this stuff, you can go ahead and do it, check it out there. I will see you next time. Maybe tomorrow, probably not, because I'm going out of the house. So, bye bye.